We'll let some people come in here and then we'll get started here. So, yeah. Let's see. We're good on kick. Glad my keyboard's finally working again. All right. How's everybody doing today? So it seems like we got about 15 people that are here right now. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me on this day where Terra Luna Classic is finally making some moves right now. And it's good to see. It's really, really good to see. You're here. Thank you, Terry, for being here. I think the text is a lot smaller, so that's not good because I can't see anything. Can barely see it. But we'll figure it out. No, let's not do that. Let's make sure everything's good. So Twitch, we got one person here for Kick. I don't really know how many people we have here so far, but thank you if you are here. I appreciate it. Feel free to send a message, send a chat, and see what's happening there. But we got about 22 people on YouTube. Again, thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I would imagine you're probably not, but it's good to see, Terra Luna Classic finally making some moves today. And we'll get into that in a little bit and try and look up some other stuff and see what's really happening there because we are seeing some positivity. So honestly, I've been removed from what has kind of happened. I put out a video yesterday, but I'm 100% sure that, that's not the reason why we saw it start to pump and start to move. But it continued throughout the day, continued throughout the morning, and you could see at 1 a.m. that's where it hit its peak. It was 1:25 a.m. where it hit its peak. See that volume pump or glitch? No, they did. So the volume pump was everywhere, right? I saw it in many different spots, and I think there was an influx of volume. It just wasn't. We didn't have a crazy amount of all positive volume everywhere. Uh, so why did Lunik pump? What's the story? I don't really know the exact story as to why Lunik did run, but we can definitely check out some information on Terra Luna Classic news. Terra Luna Classic. Terra Luna Classic proposed for USTC burn by Binance passed. So that was 2 days ago, but that probably didn't have as much of an impact. Classy started covering Luna, so it pumped. Good for him. And well, I mean, wasn't he like gone from talking about Terra Luna Classic for a while, and then now I guess he's more or less back. He was talking about gaming for a little bit, and then like got rid of every video on his channel, and then now I guess he's back. I haven't seen any of his content since. So Quan coming out tomorrow, Do Quan coming out tomorrow. That's where it comes from. But I don't see any. Like, I've been trying to look up the news as to what people's feelings are on Do Kwon. So I could look up Do Kwon news. This is June 23rd. It's June 19th. See, it never gives me any information to say, like, this is, what's happening. Like, I feel like that's something that's big. If you're going to have Terra Luna Classic news, why not talk about that, right? So, this is July 10th, 2023. June 19th, 2023. I want to see September. Like, that's the news that I want to see. So I don't really see anything that's coming out with that right now. Good morning, Chica or Chico. Just going back to 0.00005, as it always does. I mean, classy a scammer though. Is he? I haven't really kept up with him or seen anything that has happened, but I didn't think that was the case. Terra Luna Classic isn't running. I'm sorry, it's up 8% today. I know it is falling from 1 a.m. and we could see this start to pull back a little bit, and that's what we are currently seeing, a stair step down if we look at everything. But Terra Luna Classic is up by 8% over the last 24 hours. If you don't consider that running, I don't know what will or what is, right? Because if you saw this in the stock market, there would be a ton of people that are gaining a hell of a lot. But since we're only seeing it to a certain level and we're seeing it up 8%, there's some people that are making a decent amount of money in this. But I would imagine that you're one of those people that may have not made as much money from this moment right here. Because if you are holding and you're not actively day trading or swing trading, it looks like it's not running at all. But for a person that wakes up, sees Terra Luna Classic up 8%, maybe they end up taking their profit. Like, that's something where something is up 8%, 10%, whatever, that's moving, right? Guys, this is the only time that I'm going to address the Volt comments. You can continue to just throw comments that are out there. I'm not going to address them after this because I don't like spamming at all. And that's what it always seems like. And that's why if people ask me, hey, do you like this position? The reason why I don't like the position is because it seems kind of cultish at this point. Like, the amount of people that come over to just random live streams and just talk about it, it's insane. Nobody's even mentioning it. Nobody wants to mention it, but then we have a bunch of people that come over here and talk about it. I mean, what you're doing is increasing my you're increasing my chat rate, which is fine, but I'm not going to address the comments after this. So you can continue to increase my chat rate if you want, but everyone's just going to see it as spam because I'm not addressing it. So it's cool. Continue to do what you're doing, and increasing chat rate brings more people over here, but then they're going to see that position as spam and no one's going to want it. So Luna will go to $1, not this year, not next year, but in 2025. All right, so you believe that that's what's happening, that Luna will go to $1. I mean, there's so much room in between there that people are going to make sells as you see Terra Luna Classic, reach some of these levels. And I agree that it's going to have a large impact in the bull run, but is it 100% that we'll see this at $1? I don't think it's 100%. I think for me, and this is me alone, right? And you could say you're predicting this for me as well. I'm not predicting it for you as well. I'm predicting it for me, and this is what I'm kind of banking on as I have my strategy. I believe it's going to get to a penny. It's for me a 90 to 100% chance that we see this at a level of a penny at a $58 billion market cap. Now, if we see more burning, then that market cap drops down from a $58 billion market cap, maybe to get to a $40 billion market cap. And that gets us to a penny, depending on how much does burn off, right? If this 5.8 trillion coin supply goes down to 4 trillion, well, now we're looking at a $40 billion market cap to get to a penny. And if it goes down to 3 trillion, you're looking at a $30 trillion market cap, or sorry, $30 billion market cap in order to get to a penny. So I see it definitely getting there because it's not a ridiculous market cap to get to, valuation to be at for a cryptocurrency project. But that's just my opinion. That's what I see in my exit strategy. So everybody else's should be different. Guys, we have 77 people here. We have 25 likes. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, which is not true because you have had a chance to, as soon as you get in here, tap that like button. It does help out. And then if you dislike it, tap the dislike button and it'll switch from a like to a dislike. Some form of engagement is always great. I think Jasmine can hit at least $1 in this bull run. That would be a $50 billion market cap. I don't think that's unheard of either. But it all depends on, the amount of people that are in Jasmine, the amount of people that support Jasmine, the belief of, use cases and understanding the strength of data, the data side of things. So yeah. What happened to Luna T? Why is it so low? So if you're just getting into what did happen with Luna T, so they have a team, or they had a team, right, of a lot of people that were a part of this. And from the beginning where we talked, let's talk about that, right? From the beginning where I talked about growth potential for this project and thought that I was, a major part of the team to be a decision maker. I found out I'm not, right? I wasn't. So I said that, yeah, we should be doing something and learning from a lot of the other projects that are out there. It looks like DEX projects, you shouldn't be spending a ton of money there, and you should be trying to get launched on a lot of these exchanges. And if you get launched on exchanges, volume comes, you start to see, an impact there. However, it became a point to where the people that were so transparent were trying to make money, out of the whole situation, and they wanted to be able to profit eventually, right? Now they thought it was going to be a quicker turnaround process that it was going to be, and it was like a year and nothing, right? They made nothing. They've basically lost a lot, and they wanted to do everything they could in order to protect that and give themselves a little bit more. Well, I didn't know that at all. I thought, they were still being transparent. They were going to tell people about things. They started to get a lot, very, very distant with a lot of people. And some of the people that were core members disagreed with what they were going to say. So they were like, look, I can't do this. If you guys are going to just do this in order to, gain money or something like that, then, I'm out of here. And, we saw one by one people that were leaving and giving up on the project, a project that had so much potential. And it's insane to me to think that, they wouldn't even take even a bit of my advice. So as I tried to give him my advice before the ETH launch and say, look, this is not a good idea. I've had 3 meetings and I said, this is not a good idea to launch on ETH. What you need to do is focus on exchanges. You need to focus on getting back on the right track there. And, success will follow in the bull run. You just have to, remain on a steady path. And no, I guess one by one, it kind of collapsed. And that's what you get when you have multiple heads that bump, right? And it's something that pissed me off because I feel like when something has so much potential and you squander it by not taking advice and staying so headstrong for yourself, it's ridiculous. So I don't know what to do. The best thing I could do is give any type of advice, and if they don't take that advice, then what can I do? Like, what type of position do I have, or stake do I have in anything? It seemed like nothing. So I'm always the one basically eating all of the losses that are there. So anything that they decided to give me that I was a part of, I still have now in my wallet. I did unstake. I was able to unstake everything, but it's basically worthless there, and it pisses me off. It really does, because again, when something has so much potential and it's squandered away, not because of the community, not because of people that are investing, it's because of the people that are leading or running the ship, right? They decide to crash it. Like that's insane. So I don't know. That's my opinion on that. I feel like it had so much potential, but they, for lack of a better term, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. They messed it up. My position in Volt is garbage. My garbage folder in my portfolio together with Unity and projects that go nowhere. Yeah, I mean, you never know. This is the thing, is that um, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I try and protect myself all the time. I make sure that I try and protect investors, like a lot of the investors that come here, because um, and you see that within my one-on-ones, people will ask me and they'll say, hey, I got into this position because of you. You need to understand that you need to make that decision because of you, not make that decision because of me. I open the light, I open the door for a lot of people, but I hope that you can do a little bit more to say what your risk tolerance will be. What will be your exit strategy out of this position? Do you have a short term? Do you have a long term goal? All of these different things that factor into your decision of buying the position. And I think if you have any type of success following people, that doesn't mean that you're a successful investor, that you can claim you made all your money from investing. That would be making all your money from following. If you make all of your money from your investments that you make, like, then that's fantastic, right? You are able to do that and explain why you made that investment. Because when someone comes up to you and goes, how much money have you made? Or how did you make all your money? And you go, I made my money investing. Investing in what? Oh, I invested in Terra Luna Classic. Well, what did you see within Terra Luna Classic that made you want to invest into it, right? That's the next question they ask. And then you say, well, I follow this guy, Matt Perry, or I follow this guy over here. And they're going to go, well, that's not a reason. Like, you're just following, right? Don't be a follower, be a leader. You know what I mean? With Q4 lockup and mass adoption, Jasmine can hit $10 in the bull cycle. We have to slow a roll a little bit. I don't want to set expectations up so high. Yeah, we can potentially see that happen. There's a potential chance, but you're looking at kind of lower probabilities, right? A ton of people will decide to sell way before that, as you're holding millions of Jasmine coin. So if you hold 2 million Jasmine coin and it finds a way to hit $10, like, you have $20 million. I'm sure that before that point, as they go from holding $2,000 or $5,000 at this point to holding $2 million or $1 million or $100,000, I'm sure you will see sales that are going on and they won't reach $20 or $20 million there. So stop being a ninja watcher and smash the like button. People that are like moving in stealth, yeah, hit that like button. It does help out. Doquan will revive USTC. Maybe. You never know. There's always a chance. Guys, try not to spam emojis. I mean, they do it. The chat rate is at 2 right now. Volcano is so bearish that will drop to the abyss. It will go back down in no time. Yeah, it could. It looks like it's starting to fall down where people are taking sells. This is what I mean, right? Terra Luna Classic was running a little bit. Finally, it made a little bit of a move, and short-term traders are excited about it, right? If you decided to buy it at 0.00005 or whatever and buy a decent amount of it, you grow by 8%. Let's say you buy $1,000 worth of it and it grows by 8%. You're gaining a decent amount of money there, right? You're gaining what, $80 out of that $1,000. That's an extra gain. If you can find a way to do that every single day, that's extra income. And it doesn't have to be Terra Luna Classic every time. It can be anything else, but that's what we're seeing there. So, anyways, guys, we got 69 people that are here, and we got 47 likes. So, take some time to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new here. And thank you, Undead to the end. Thank you for kicking it, for being over on kicking it with kick. Um, hey Matt, what are your thoughts on BTT? Is that BitTorrent? Is that what that is? New BitTorrent new. So I don't know any of the detail of what has happened with this position. Currently sitting at a $363 million market cap with $13 million worth of volume. The last day has been interesting. I mean, you have a lot of movement. A lot of movement. Like, it's not even like to where you have, a little bit of movement where it goes down and then starts to come up a little bit, goes down, it starts to come up, but over time, it looks like this is happening within seconds. So it's like boom, 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 boom. Like, it just keeps, like, this is not healthy movement at all. It shows that there is a lot of back and forth, and when anybody sees any type of increase, there's always somebody that's willing to take profit right after it sees that increase. So it's not something that I like to see within a position. And if we look at the last 7 days, that's really how it has been, more aggressive within these last couple of days here from the 20th, as it did fall down pretty hard from this level up here. And again, being down about 1.7%. If we look over the last month, it's down about 8%, where it has had, some aggressive movements down, and you can see that aggressive movements up and then instantly pulling back down after it does pump. So it doesn't look like it holds prices well. It looks like anytime someone sees any positivity, there is a day trader ready to pounce on this. And that's not something I like to see within it, because that's the volatility that kept me out of the crypto market for a long time. And if I would have seen a little bit more stability in the beginning stages of the crypto market, where I was interested in investing in Bitcoin and looking at Bitcoin, but then I saw the movement, the charts for Bitcoin, I was like, the fluctuation just doesn't feel right for me. Like, you may have a $2,000 price, but it may move $200 like right away. It may move $500 very quickly. Goes up to 20,000, comes back down to 2,000. It's like, that's the volatility that kept me out of crypto. And you're seeing this same volatility within this project here, showing that there's a ton of traders ready to pounce, ready to grab this. So that would be my opinion. I don't know any of the detail as to, the use case and the amount of holders and what the holders believe in it, but it looks like you don't really have a long hold time with this. You have a short hold time. Lunic will reach 10 cents. Lunic will reach 10 cents till 2030, 100%. It's an interesting take. What are some other top movers today? So let's look at some top movers. Good question. So if I look at some top movers, I want to see. So I don't know how to look at outside the top 100 on here, because a lot of times, like, if you look at the top movers in the top 100, it's going to show you, Zill, it's going to show you Lunic, it's going to show you Curve, right? And in the last 24 hours, up 7%, up 7.5% or 7.6%, 7.5%, almost 7.6, 4.6%, 3.3%. So that's what you see in the top 100. You're seeing some things that are up, 1% or so, and a few things that are up quite a bit. Shout out members in the chat. Yeah, shout out to all the members that are here. I appreciate you guys for being a member, however long you have been a member. And Fire King, how long you've been a member as well. You've been a member for a long time. So I appreciate it. And obviously you're a moderator. So yeah, that's what we're seeing when it comes to inside the top 200, or sorry, the 100. But if we look at things that are trending, let's look at some bigger gainers and losers. Let's see, again, it's still only showing the top 100. Can I do the top 500? So it looks like Frontier, again, is up 38%. Loom is up 31%, or sorry, 42%. 95 or 96% for Avinoc. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But that's up 95% on the day. I haven't ever checked out this position, currently sitting at a $39 million market cap. Places that you would be able to get it is Uniswap, CoinTiger, Bitmart. It may have gotten listed on Bitmart or something. You're only seeing $56,000 worth of volume, or $63,000 worth of volume. It doesn't make sense why you would have a larger increase, and that's over 24 hours. So why you would have a larger increase with a $65 million market cap. So that looks like there may be something going on with that and why it has increased that way. So I would say don't sit here and look at this position and go, this is an opportunity, because it might not be an opportunity, especially how high it has risen already. But what I like to look at when I'm seeing, actually, let me go back here. What I like to look at in a position is not really what's the largest gainer, but really what's the largest loser, right? If you could find what's the largest loser, doesn't look like this is top gainers. Let me see if I can bring, these are top losers right here. So what's the biggest loss that you have seen? And you're seeing bounce, right? Auction. That's a position that I actually was in before, and lost a little bit of money with it. I'm not going to lie. I did lose a little bit of money with it, but it does, or did, show some potential from where it was at, especially like you look at that $61 million worth of volume. Obviously it is negative volume. Volume to market cap ratio 155%. So something's really going on with bounce that is making this happen. 21% down to $5.96, or a $38 million market cap. The highest price that this has been to, right? You see the supply, right? Circulating supply, 65% that's out there. The highest price that this has been to is $70.56, which was April 11th, 2021, which is 2 years ago. All-time low, it was at $3.48, so very close to that all-time low that's here. But I kind of want to see some more dilution, honestly, before we could see a position in there. But it does look like an opportunity. I mean, how low it is, and you just have to take a look into a little bit more of what's going on and why you're seeing that decrease. Don't just jump into something because it's down, but understand why it's down and if it has the ability to recover, right? So maybe we'll take a look deeper into the biggest losers and biggest gainers over on Patreon, create a video for that. I feel like I haven't created an educational video in a little bit. So if Lunic hits 1 cent, I'm retiring. How much do you have of Lunic? I feel like if it hits 1 cent for me, that's still only $540,000, which is still a life-changing amount of money. And you could do so much with that, but that also would be long-term. So you wouldn't have the normal tax rate. It'd be long-term capital gains. So yes, if that does happen, or when that does happen, I will be excited for how much I will be able to take at that point. And I have my strategy in what I'm going to decide to do. But I can't wait until that does happen. And I believe it will. I don't think it's retirement money for me, even though I don't have a 9 to 5. It would be something that does, pay off my mortgage. I would think the largest thing needs to come off my books here. Even though it's not the highest percentage, it's actually my lowest percentage when it comes to interest. But I feel as though taking that off, overall you'll be paying less interest. Because if I'm paying $150,000 in interest for my mortgage, or $200,000 in interest for my mortgage, then that's insane, right? So I'd rather pay no interest on that and then start to chip away at the student loans as well, even though those are higher interest. That's like 4 or 5%. It might be a little lower. I have to check it because they just started. They just started up again. Is Elmo still on a downtrend? Let's check what's happening with Elmo. Guys, again, we have 81 people here and we have 56 likes. Let's get to 81 likes. That'd be great. Let's look at Elmo really quick. So currently Elmo is not on a downtrend. It's actually up. The movement looks a little weird though. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know. The movement looks very, very weird because it's up and then it's down and then it's up and then it's down. It's been hovering around that half of a penny mark for a while, and that's a big jump from a half of a penny all the way down to 42% of a penny. That's quite a big jump and big drop. So it's continuing to decrease and increase over the day. It doesn't really look as steady. You're seeing $296,000 worth of volume. Again, if Elmo finds a way to make it through the bear market, right? And I believe they will. I believe they will find a way to do this, to make it through the bear market. Then Elmo has a ton of potential. With how much it does burn and how much or what the prices were at, Elmo can be relevant within the bull market and have a place. Whether that place is going to be, in the top 500 or it's going to be in the top 300 or it's going to be in the top 100. You never really know. But I believe it's going to have its place and have its success. You have to find a way to make it through to that bullish market, because I believe, yes, this is going to be a utility bull run, but you're also going to see the amount of meme plays with concepts to run as well. And I believe that Elmo is there and it has a lot of potential. So we'll see how this does work out. But again, $297,000 worth of volume, and seeing at a $1.6 million market cap. So let's see. It's a Lunic dump scheme. It's a Lunic dump scheme. Lunic is running. Why is it running? So there's various reasons, I guess. Do Kwon's release and potential, there, but then also maybe something with this, right? Terra Luna Classic Lunic proposal for USTC burn by Binance officially passed. But again, this is a proposal from Terra Luna Classic to say that Binance burns USTC as well, right? The Terra Luna Classic community has passed a major proposal to ask crypto exchange Binance to burn USTC alongside Lunic, its burn mechanism. The community believes Binance burning USTC will help speed up the USTC repeg efforts by the quant team and will also raise the value of Lunic. Will Binance help the Terra Luna Classic community repeg USTC $1 amid issues as Binance versus US SEC law? So the issue with this, right, is the fact that you're asking Binance to do this and asking Binance to be the only one to do it, right? And they are throwing away any fees that they do get, which they probably don't get as many because it would be on chain to do burns, right? And so anything that they do in all of their fees, just like they would with Terra Luna Classic, they support Terra Luna Classic. And I've said this in the past. They've supported Terra Luna Classic for a very, very, very long time. The fact that they're consistently burning, I was wrong by saying that they would stop burning when this dies off. They didn't. They continued to burn. And it's not that they're burning a hell of a lot. We're not seeing as much volume that's going into there, so that's why we're not seeing as many burns. But we're still seeing hundreds of millions, if not billions, that are burning every single month. So they have supported the Terra Luna Classic in a. Is it too late to buy Terra Luna? I don't think it's too late. If you're looking long term, I would definitely say no. But short term, if you're looking for something there, you might want to wait for that little retracement. I still think it's in a good spot with 4 zeros versus 3 zeros, but it all depends on what you see with it and what you want to see in the near future. But anyways, I feel as though Binance is supporting as much as they can with Terra Luna Classic and the Classic chain. So I would hope that exchanges would get on board, but I think the proposal should be to ask, and I don't know how or where the connections come from, but to get all of these exchanges to agree to burn Terra Luna Classic and USTC with normal transactions. Because if we get them to agree to do that, this is a whole nother ball game, right? We can't make them do that. We can propose something, but proposals doesn't mean that it actually follows through from an outside perspective, right? It may be something internal that we can change, but outside we can't change anything unless we politely ask them, hey, look, this is what we're trying to do. And I think being able to explain, and for the leaders of this community, the people that are in that team. I'm not saying that they're officially like the leaders. Like technically, we make the proposals, they make the changes, and they make proposals, and then we agree on them, and then they make the changes. If we can find a way to get the community to agree that reaching out to the CEXs and having the quant team or anybody really that's good with writing to be able to write out, explain out what we're trying to do, what would be there to help Terra Luna Classic. If we had this, what would be the effect? What would be the effect for the exchanges? What would be the downstream revenue that they end up gaining from this, or the amount that their balance sheet ends up increasing, or whatever, right? That's what we want to see. I want to see what we will do, how it will benefit the community, how it will benefit the exchanges, and then just being able to explain that will give them a vision on why they should do this. Like I was explaining this to somebody when they asked about Shiba Inu. We were like, why can't we get Shiba Inu or the exchanges to burn Shiba Inu? Because it's a difference between actually having a plan to recover and build a use case versus let's burn Shiba Inu to make a bunch of money. Like that's the difference, right? They're not going to sit here and burn Shiba Inu because investors want to make a lot of money, because then it basically says that as the price increases, they're going to sell the position and then nobody's going to want it. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between the two. How can they make a proposal that decides for Binance whether or not they'll burn USDC? I mean, they make a proposal to ask, I guess. And when you have that proposal, it I guess can hit like mainstream. The quant team seems to have the contact to do that. So that's what I mean. If we can build something together, and I don't really have the time to do it, right? I would love to be able to build something and build a full proposal that explains exactly what we're trying to do. If we find a way to burn down the supply, right? This is what we'll do. Burn down the supply of Terra Luna Classic and USTC. As we get to a certain level, right? If we get close enough to a certain level, maybe we can agree upon a 10-to-1 split rather than a 100-to-1 split. So let's say we burn down the supply to 900 billion. If we burn down the supply to 900 billion, we can agree to a 10-to-1 split to get it to 90 billion, right? That means it would take 1 0 away from your supply if you have, or 1 0 away from your balance. So if you have 54 million, it takes away 1 0, you're at 5 million. A lot of people will be happy with that, and we could still see the prices increase as we're seeing more burns. Now we still have the burns that are coming through, and instead of being at 90 billion, it continues to burn down, but we also have the ability to repeg at some of those levels, right? So I would love if you can get it down to 100 billion, take away a 0, and now it's a 10 billion supply. That's really the mindset. Now, I don't know if everybody would agree to that, because any type of reverse split, people are like, no, I don't want to do that. But you basically send in your coins. They would give you a certain amount, and then we would go from there. But that would be the end process. So we burn all the way down to 100 billion. We take that final leap to show that we mean business, which is going from 100 billion to 10 billion in a matter of a day or a week or something. And then once we get to 10 billion, now we are at a level to where we can find a way to repeg if we get to 10 billion, as well as understanding the USTC side and take a hit on that level. I currently have, if I go into my in my Terra station, let me bring up Terra station. Hopefully it opens. I currently have 13,000 USTC. I would gladly take a hit and have a 1,300 USTC in order to see everything repegged and everything back to normal. So on both ends, we can end up doing that. I can build something like that, and maybe I'm the only one that can explain it because it's in my head. But it just takes so much of an effort, and since I have so many channels and so many things that I'm doing, and the children as well, it's very difficult for me to just write something together like that. I would love to, though. And I feel as though we can put together a proposal that can really explain to these exchanges, look, this is what we're trying to do. It's not about just making money. It's about recovery of the chain. Yes, a lot of people want to make money from it, but we also want Terra Luna Classic to survive. You want to be able to build a reserve for the system that it does hold, and we'll be good. Matt, stop finding excuses and write the proposal. Maybe that's what I need. I could probably take. I'd be comfortable with a split like that. Yeah. Even if we pass proposals, nothing changes. Look at the buy button proposal. That was a simple button, and it's been over a year. That's true. I know it was supposed to be as simple as possible, and I keep getting contacted about it. It keeps going back and forth. There was some testing, but nothing ever came out of it, and I would think that if we involve Binance into this and we use, maybe we can use those connections as well to connect with Binance and have them use their liquidity for the buy button, that would be a big thing as well. So there's so many things that we could do, but it really all depends on making those connections. And I don't necessarily have those connections with CZ, or I probably have more of a connection than a normal person because I, have a little bit of a following. So you maybe have a little bit of a connection there, but I have never talked to CZ one-on-one, or I've never talked to CZ even in a group setting. So, and that buy button, how difficult is it to implement that? You have to figure out which fiat and off ramp to use it. So the issue is not about that. It's about the system, right? You would have to build an entire system in order to be able to purchase cryptocurrency if you were looking to do it yourself. However, they're looking to use a third-party service, kind of like a MoonPay or a Ramp. And if you do that, you now have to get Ramp or MoonPay to add the classic chain into their system, because they currently have Ethereum, Avalanche, BSC, Binance Smart Chain. They have all of the major ones to where you feel like you can purchase cryptocurrency through, but they don't have the classic chain on there. And that's where they need to have that. So if they do have that, then we can purchase through that system and add the buy button. The buy button is easy. Adding the actual buy button is very easy, and then linking it to a certain place is very easy. However, you need that link to go somewhere. So you need to be able to purchase cryptocurrency using that third-party service, unless you had enough liquidity to do it yourself. But the problem is that they don't, right? You would need billions upon billions, maybe even trillions of coins in order to see that, because you never know how much the on-chain volume is going to be. Not to be off topic, but do you think Jasmine will have a burning mechanism in the near future? No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible for them to build something, but I don't think it was meant to be burned. It does have a max supply, which means that it's meant to decrease that supply. The only thing it can do is decrease it. It can't increase it. So I would say no, that I don't see anything within their future, but don't completely count it out. Let's say there's I I'm leaning more towards 60-40, right? Maybe 70-30, but there's always that 30% chance that it will happen. Like if you asked me about, if CRO was going to burn, if CRO was going to burn again, I would say it's probably a very, very, very likely that they're going to burn again at some point. And now, wait, but when you invest in the stock market, you generally have a more stable market compared to crypto. It's true. Well, you definitely do. The stock market is at a whole nother place. While we understand, I don't know if Harper Hayden is here. Give me a second. Let me check to see if Erica's going to the gym. If she's going to the gym with Hayden, then I'm good and I continue to stream. But if she's not, then I have to stop streaming. Give me a second. All right, we're good. Looks like Funko Matt stream now. I should do like a close up. I should have like a close up shot of Funko Matt. Or I have a dog bed down here. I was thinking about having Emmy down here and then having a dog cam. So you can see Emmy whenever you want to. I'll just talk and then you can see Emmy if you really, really want to. And she'll probably just be sleeping because that's what dogs do. They sleep like 15 hours a day. I heard that the chair say to hit the like button 45 more times before Matt returns. Yes, it did. I'd be happy to find just one. Matt should stream the writing of this proposal. The writing of this proposal. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like creating a new Terra Luna Classic proposal. Binance isn't going to do a burn, all hype and a waste of emotions. Yeah, I mean, but it is something the thing about it is that when you create the hype, a lot of people are like, hey, we shouldn't even get behind something like this. But when you do get behind something like that, it brings attention, it brings traction, and that's what brings the response from Binance. Just like how, when we were kind of boycotting Binance or on the verge of boycotting Binance, that created a response from Binance to say, look, guys, I want to support Terra Luna Classic, so this is what I'll do, right? And he ends up doing something that helps Terra Luna Classic. Is it the best thing ever? No. But is it something that helps us out but also helps him out? Yeah. Burning his own fee is a massive step. That means that it's not about them spending the money to do so. It's about getting everybody to do the same thing, right? So I think creating traction, creating a little bit of a what words am I looking for? An issue or hype behind a certain situation is key. I didn't type that right. All right. Let's see. Animals always improve a stream. Seems like they do. Yeah. Dang. Loom Network is up 40%. Is it? Let's take a look at is it up 40% like naturally, or is it something like what we saw with I forget what the heck it's called. Avanac or something? Gains and losses. Some good movement today. Some good movement, not all good movement. Let's look at the top 100. You can see Avanac that's up 68%. Loom is up 40% again. Yeah, let's look at this closer and see what the movement has been. So it has been like a consistent movement, right? That you've seen over the days. So from about 6 cents all the way up to a level of 8.1, 8.2 cents. That's fantastic growth. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe it got listed somewhere, but you're currently seeing a $99 million market cap with a $272 million in volume. That's 271%. That's very, very interesting. I don't like investing into a position when it is up a hell of a lot, so I probably would look for a little retracement. But let's look at what they have for price predictions for this. Let's proceed and see what they're talking about. I don't know. I don't want updates. Don't try and do that. Give me a second. Here we go. Let's show you. So price prediction 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2030 for Loom Network. Let's scroll down here. What is Loom Network? Loom Network is a platform as a service that enables developers to build large-scale decentralized applications, or DApps, built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. The Loom platform allows application developers to gain access to powerful smart contracts and other capabilities without relying on on-chain performance. This enables applications to have more efficient and cost-effective trials for onboarding users or running tasks that don't require the full security of a blockchain. That's interesting, because when a lot of people want to create DApps, I mean, you think about it, it's more on the the DEX side, right? Where everything's being created there, but you're not really relying on-chain performance. You could be relying on off-chain performance, which is fairly interesting, honestly. The Loom network is designed with a security in mind, and employs a ZK Loom protocol for efficient blockchains, which provides enhanced levels of privacy and scalability. All transactions are verified by Ethereum's network consensus mechanism, so that users can trust their data remains secure even in situations where they may not trust each other. This helps streamline the user experience while still maintaining good security practices. We scroll down here just to get an understanding of where they're seeing it. So they're saying 2023. We could see, a maximum price of $4 or 4 cents, or 43 cents. That would be insane. 43 cents, minimum price of 33 cents. Seeing a level 2024, 68 cents versus 61 cents. And then also seeing 2025 at 94 cents. Currently sitting where Loom is at 8 cents. It looks like it could be a steal long term, right? That's very, very interesting. That makes it look like something that really has a ton of potential. Over the last 7 days, it's up 85%. That's not something I like to see. I would like to see a little bit of a retracement. So if we can see, I'm going to keep my eye on this. If we could see a little bit of a retracement, what markets is available on? It's available on Binance, KuCoin, BitGet. Is it available on Kraken? No. MEXC, LA Token, BitTrue. Doesn't look like any platform that I have. So I don't know if I'll be able to purchase it. Let's look at the DEX side of it, because maybe after it's on, so it's available on PancakeSwap version 2, the Binance Smart Chain side. So potentially you can get it, you can swap for Coinbase Wallet. So this looks very, very interesting and looks very promising with the amount of volume, but I need to see a pullback. I cannot get into a position that's up this much that does not pull back. Now it can be up. Like say if it was from here, increased up here, I would love to see a pullback because I know that it has potential above that. But I also know that it still has a ability to grow, fall back down. So I wouldn't invest everything at that point. I wouldn't invest everything at this point. But what I want to see is a little bit of a pullback to some of these levels, right? As a form of a support. So if it gets down to about 7 cents, which is not too far away from where it is, then that could be a point to where you do make an investment within there. If you go on Coinbase Exchange, you can click the position and have it take you to Coinbase Wallet to swap. I would have to do it on my phone though, right? Because like you can't, or maybe I can. I'm not logged in on Coinbase Wallet over here, and I also don't have anything on Coinbase Wallet. Oh, I could possibly send my BNB that I have in MetaMask over there and buy some, but it could be. I don't know. I'll have to look at this closer. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, what I've read, it looks fairly interesting and looks like it has enough popularity. Let's look at over the last month. It's up 107% over the last month. We look over a year. It has been up to this level. So 2020. So this was from 2022. I want to look at all history. Let's also look at the supply. So what's the deal with the supply? I mean, you have all the supply that is out there, which is sitting at about 1.2 billion, meaning that if it gets to $1, that's at a $1.2 billion market cap. If you see the growth potential within Loom. All right, Matt, how many cryptos do you have in your portfolio? So I don't really have that many. I used to have a lot. I used to have a ton, and it was at a value of anything more than $300. But the problem is that everything started to fall down, and I had some that were values of $100 and some that were values of even lower than that, but others that were at a higher value, obviously Lunic being the best, showing me a 70,000% profit. So I have Shiba Inu, I have CRO, I have Jasmy Coin, Krill Coin, the ones that are over here, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even though these are like all like kind of like crypto dust, honestly. But you have that. So let's just say the ones that are above $10. So Bitcoin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have CRO, 8. I have Shiba Inu, 9. I have Elmo, 10. I have BNB, 11. So probably somewhere between 10 and 15. But then I also have a Kraken portfolio that I talked about, which this Kraken portfolio has decreased by about $2. but I'm buying 100 crypto projects and buying about $5 worth of every single one. Some of them had to be 10 because that's the only limit that they gave me. But I'm buying a lot of the lower end market cap coins and seeing if we're seeing anything that could blow up in the near future. So this is one of them, or these are 19 or 20 of them. So we will continue that, and we'll probably buy 20 more in the near future. So yeah, Elmo mofos. Oh, should I buy Luna? Should you buy it? I mean, it all depends on what you see within it, right? What's your strategy going into it? Because it's not about me just telling you, hey, should you buy Luna? Yes or no. There's a more complicated answer than that. Um, what will be your strategy? What do you see within it, right? If you want something long term, right, then maybe you would buy it now and see that happen over the next 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. If um if you want something short term, then maybe you find a little bit of a retracement and you look for another 8 or 10% gain, depending on what the time period is. We haven't seen this type of gain in a while from Terra Luna Classic, and it's not a ridiculous gain, but it is something that's like, it stands out. Right? It's 8% versus being down 1% or being up 1% or being down 2% or 5%, but then only still being up 1%. So seeing an 8% gain is a little bit interesting. It's a change. uh, your Kraken video is what I am following. I bought some of the same tokens. Well, yeah, I mean, once you go on here and you go to like explore and you look for all of the cryptocurrency projects that are here, they give you a by market cap, and you can see ones that don't have a market cap on here, ones that do have a market cap on here, and you just scroll through them and you see ones that are $1 million, $2 million, whatever, and you put in a decent amount into it. Maybe some of those do end up taking off and turn into something a lot bigger, and you can make a lot of money off of those. But maybe you have some that tank and you just don't make any money off of them. Maybe you end up breaking even. I don't know. What's the chances that 1 out of 100 explodes or 1 out of 200 explodes? I'm not going to stop buying $5 worth of different cryptocurrencies and see which one really explodes whenever the bull market happens. When the bull market happens, I'm done buying cryptocurrencies. I'm just going to keep them there and go from there. And what I will do, what I could do is have like 200 coins, right? And that'll be about $1,000 total. And what I could do is continue to add to it and do, instead of $5, but add to $10 to get all of them over $10 at that point, if it takes a while. Hey, what do you think about Kibble Token? So I did a review on Kibble Token recently, and it's an unbiased review, unbiased opinion that I do have within the position. But right now it's in like the pre-sale stage. So it's not really telling of how the popularity is going to be, how much growth there is, but the concept seems interesting, right? And when you have an interesting concept, it can create attraction, it can create attention. But the point is like, how is the market going to react to that? And how are we going to see the volume and all of the popularity when it does launch? You know what I mean? So I don't have any. I want to see how things are moving and what people make of the concept as well, because I'm always interested in that, right? It's a good time to own an Xbox. Uh, is set to approve the Microsoft Activision acquisition. That's been a long time coming, hasn't it? I spent $10 to $30 on multiple projects. It is a great idea. I've been doing The same thing for about 4 or more months. Yeah, and it's interesting. It's so a lot. Sorry, a ton of people. I'm all over the place. A ton of people will do this on like the DEX side before it even hits a lot of these exchanges, because when it does, it really starts to run. Right, you're looking for things that are like 100, 200 $1,000 market cap, but you actually have to do a little bit more research on that side, because now you have to vet whether it is going to be a project that can launch on exchanges or a project that won't. Right, so when I do it on Kraken, it's projects that have already got on these platforms, so they have potential to run, but they are lower level positions. So now they have to work their way up. So that's really what I want to get involved in, is see ones that can work their way up, and what's the chances of, out of 100, that one does end up taking off or goes to $100 million market cap from a $1 million market cap, right? And if it does, that's a 100x. So I go from $5 to $500, right? If that ends up happening, but it's still not something that's going to create life-changing amounts of money. It's just a small investment to potentially get you what you want. However, it could be the chance that you don't see any of those gains, right? So you have to be able to take that chance, and that's why investing $5 seems such a great idea. I know that if you see that 100x, it's only going to be $500, and what does that really mean? I mean, that means I could take an extra $500 and put it towards another investment that I want, because this investment blew up or turned to a whole nother level. And also, what's the profit taking strategy on anything that does run? Do I decide to take profit and then see it come back and then reinvest? Like, what's really that strategy? So this is an interesting whole concept that I have here for Kraken, because it's not only just seeing the portfolio that I do have, which is now to 103 or almost $104 from 106, so down from 106.64 all the way down here, and you see how that has swooped up. So it's not only about the 103 or $104, it's also about what's the gains we can end up seeing if we see like a 20% gain or 100% gain or something like that. Do we now take that 100% gain and pull that out and then put it back in? I mean, the fees are pretty low, so it's not a bad option. So I'll keep everybody updated on what this portfolio looks like and what we're doing. So yeah, Terra Luna Classic now again is up 8.4%. So it is increasing a little bit from where it was at these low levels. Maybe it might start to really, really jump because of, is this because of Doquan, or is this because of potential USTC, you know, repeg, or sorry, USTC burn, and, hopefully a repeg. We'll do that. Um, let's see. Da-da-da-da. Has anybody seen my credit channel? If you guys are interested, let me go back to. Give me a second. Make sure I'm here. Has anybody seen my credit channel? If you guys are interested in credit cards, feel free to subscribe to my credit channel as well. Da, 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 da. And thank you to the 117 people that are here. I appreciate you guys for being here, for watching, for being a part of this community and conversation. If you guys want to talk about something, feel free to put it in the chat as well. All right. How about this? How about this? We want to grow this credit card channel to something bigger. So let's set some goals. Anybody want to set some goals or some giveaways on the credit card channel? Because I want to see the growth be a lot more. I want it to be organic growth, but I also want to level it up a little bit. So anyways, if you guys are interested in subscribing to the credit card YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe to this. I don't know if this is the name that we will stick with, Perry CC, but I just wanted to kind of differentiate the two. So you have my credit card channel. Feel free to go and subscribe to it. The link is in the chat, which I now will pin to the chat. And, start learning about credit cards and how to gain the most with your credit score, as well as bonuses and all that stuff. Feel free to do that. Do a giveaway or make somebody an authorized buyer on your highest APR card. No, that's not going to be the case. So then people can just run up the bill, and then I'll end up having a ridiculous APR. So yeah, that's not going to happen. But if you want to subscribe to the credit card channel, feel free to do so. The link again is in the chat. We want to get this to 100 subscribers. I want to get it to 1,000 subscribers. So the faster we can get it to 1,000 subscribers, let's give away something, or we'll give away a bunch. Because I think a lot of people would deserve something good, but I just don't know. I don't want to give away one thing to one person and then, you have 1,000 people that have one chance of winning, which honestly, it's better than the odds of the lottery, but it's better than the odds of a lot of things. But still, like, you want to have more chances for people to win different things. So we'll see what that's going to be, but be subscribed in the meantime, because then we will pick subscribers whenever we do decide to do anything like that. So feel free to go over and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Get me to 100 subscribers. I think right now, again, we're at 72. Let's see if we hit refresh and we gained any. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. I was one of the first 3 to subscribe to the channel. Well, I appreciate that, Gary Fowler. Thank you for being, very quick to subscribing and supporting all the channels that I'm associated with. I appreciate it a lot. My problem with credit cards now is that I have 3 cashback cards that pretty much cover every category I mess with. Score is good. Just not really sure where to go from here. So a lot of times, if it covers every category that you have to make sure you explore some of the ones that may cover your category more, right? Because there are cards out there that there are some annual fee cards that actually provide a ton of value, more value than what you have, within a card that doesn't have an annual fee. Because for me, I gain a lot out of my supermarket purchases. And I just recently got the American Express Blue Cash Preferred card, which I am going to be doing an unboxing for. And with that, I'm able to get 6% cash back on it. 6% cash back on supermarket purchases, which is 2% higher than what I'm getting with my Amex Gold card. And that's a $250 annual fee. And that's really all that I use the Amex Gold card for, that and dining, which I don't really go dining as much. So if you have standard things, you're going to be able to get a ton out of it, out of different cards. So what is your video? Wait, what video in your credit card channel talks about strategies for clearing high interest credit cards? I mean, I can make a video like that. I just don't have many videos over here on this channel about that. But I definitely can make a video on clearing high interest credit cards. It's fairly simple, but high interest credit card debt is is the is what nobody wants to have. I don't want to have it. Nobody wants to have it. And when you're paying, rather than a regular loan where it's like maybe 7% at the current rate, it would be a lot lower if the interest rates weren't higher. But you're paying 29% or 19%, but whatever it is, it's still way higher than what you would pay in a traditional loan, right? A personal loan. And I don't understand that. Like, I understand that they're giving you credit every single month, so they need to have a reason to why you would pay it off every single month. But like 29% or 30% is ridiculous. And I've always thought that it was ridiculous. They need to lower that because people shouldn't be paying that much interest. There's times where, let's say, pay the minimum payment. And if you pay that minimum payment, it's like a ridiculous amount of years that it'll take to pay off. A lot of times you can't just get a balance transfer because if it's too high, then you might not have the credit score to have a certain one. And you have to have a certain credit card that allows balance transfers. Like for me, the Amex Blue Cash Preferred card, if I wanted to, I can transfer my balance, which I think I'm going to do for the Gold card because I have an ever-standing balance. Like, it never ends because I use it for grocery store purchases and a lot of other stuff. Well, mainly that. But so I would just push the balance over to the Blue Cash Preferred card. So now I can cancel the Amex Gold card. But that will be at a 0% interest to do that. But either way, I pay off my credit cards every single month. But if you decided to do that, that would be the way to do it. The store card where I work is moving up to over 31% APR. That's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, we can always have different live streams. Like I literally have, give me a second. I literally have a whole book. This whole book, the whole thing. I'm not going to open it because there's credit card numbers and stuff in here. This whole book is filled with credit cards. And this like camera is kind of fuzzy. I don't know why it's so fuzzy. That's a 4K camera and it's fuzzy. That kind of bothers me. Maybe the mirror on the inside is messed up. I'll have to wipe it down. But anyways, I have this whole entire book that I can open up so that you guys can't see. But I have all of these different cards in here, ranging from the Amazon Prime card to a Zales card to Citi cards to, I don't want you guys to see the back of it either because I have the numbers on the back of it. See? And then you have the American Express Platinum card, which I want to talk about in a future video. Goodyear card, Kohl's, Boscov's, all of these. American Express Gold card, Green card, Best Buy cards. Like just, I have a lot of different credit cards. And I love them because I don't really know exactly how much credit card lines I have or the full limit, but I know it has to be in like it has to be closer to like at least 500,000, if not more than that. Because I think it was higher than that, but I stopped using a lot of cards, so they lowered the limits. What's your credit score? It's never been higher than a 760. Right now it's like 720. 730. I don't really know exactly what it is. I would have to check my credit score, but I believe it's in like the 700s. It's usually between 700 and 750. Lucky you, I have 9. No, I mean, it's always great to have because, like, honestly, if you get into a tricky situation, right, where you lost basically everything. I'm not saying that you would want to use the credit cards, but to be able to manage and find a way to manage, that's the best way to be able to do that. The issue with that is the fact that if you wanted to, like, say if you did get into a sticky situation, you have no money and you needed like $500 every single month in order to maintain some sort of lifestyle, right? not even a lifestyle, just remain to be able to eat or whatever, just to live. Then when it gets to that point to where you want to transfer the balance to a 0% APR card, you have all of the cards, so you can't do that. You know what I mean? So you don't have the intro, even if you've already signed up for the card, you're signing up for it again. You can't use that intro APR because you already have the cards. So I have 9 full in my. I'm going crazy trying to pay off. Oh, I have 9 full. I'm going crazy trying to pay off. So like you have balances, like balances that you're leaving on there. I don't think that that's a good idea. How did this turn from a crypto stream to a credit card stream? If you want to go and subscribe to the credit card channel, I don't know how many people are over there or how many subscribers we have over there now, but if you want to subscribe to the credit card channel, please do so. But we need to get back to crypto talk. Let's see what it looks like over there. 78 subscribers. So thank you to all the new subscribers over there. Thank you for being over there. I know we're not at 100 yet. We're not at 1,000 yet, but I do appreciate you guys for being there. We'll get there. I upload on there every single weekday. So Monday through Friday, I upload videos. And Saturday and Sunday, I don't upload anything. And what I want to do is typically on the weekend, record all the videos that I really want to talk about. And then over the week, post those, right? And I don't have to worry about doing that within my day. I could just do it over the weekend and talk about the things I want to talk about. Take about an hour, make 5 videos, and then we're good. Because I upload on this channel every single day. So anyways, credit card channel is in the chat. Feel free to do that. Let's look at where Terra Luna Classic is right now. Terra Luna Classic is currently up to 8.58% increase over the day. It's at 61.87, 4 zeros. We want to see it drop one of those zeros. I don't think that's going to happen today, but I want to see that happen. Currently sitting at a $361 million market cap with $55 million worth of volume. Again, volume looks great. 15% volume to market cap ratio. If we look at how much I have, in Terra Luna Classic, I currently have $867 in my regular wallet. But then if I go over to staked, I also have $4,749 worth over here, at which I could take my rewards as well. I have about 600,000. That would bring me over that threshold of 47,000, or sorry, 47 million. So we'll do that eventually, and I don't know how much I'll get in USTC. I will end up getting. How much? There's Lunix, so 600,000. USTC is probably at the bottom, 2,000. So I'll gain another 2,000 on top of that, where I currently have 13,000, and that'll get me to 15,000. What's the best way to take profit? The best way to take profit is to plan it out ahead of time. While people always say, give me a second, let me jot that down, because even just saying that gave me a little bit of chills. I don't know why. No. Okay. So like I said, the best way to take profit is to plan it ahead of time. Now, I have a spreadsheet that I build. It's over on Patreon. It is the profit-taking spreadsheet to where I have multiple cryptocurrency projects. Now, if you have your own cryptocurrency project, the best way to take profit is to sell. That's funny. That is the best way, because if you don't, then you don't take profit. But I have a profit-taking strategy spreadsheet over on Patreon. If you are at the $5 level, you can access that spreadsheet. You can access all the different formulas that are in there, and then you can easily, do your take profit and use it effectively. All you have to do is find the different prices or put in the prices that you're at, put in the market cap as well, or the overall supply that it has, as well as your coins. And when you do that, you can now find the best strategy for yourself to take profit. So it really depends on what you want. Like if you wanted a short-term profit, then a profit-taking strategy spreadsheet is probably not going to be the best thing for you. You want to make sure that you're looking for the short term, so you find any gain that you're willing to accept beforehand, right after you do your research. And if it's 20%, then you set it on 20% and why you believe it's going to rise 20%. If it's 4 or 5%, right, you should believe that it's going to make that move based on what the chart looks like, based on history, based on the markets in the day, and then you go on and collect your profit. But you have to make sure you're disciplined, because there's a ton of people that will, especially in like the stock market, let's say, if you're in the stock market, there's a ton of people that will see something at a certain price. They're like, all right, this is what I want to do. I'm day trading. You'll have it increase. You want it to increase $1. If it increases $1, then you're like, okay, I should take my profit. That's your plan. But then they don't do it. And they like, let me hold off and let it run a little bit. And then it starts coming back. And they're like, I'm going to wait till it gets back to me gaining $1, and then I'll take my profit. And then it continues to drop. And then it drops $1. It drops $2. It drops $3. And now they're like, I might as well hold. And that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? You have a strategy. You plan it ahead of time. Whether it's a short term, you plan it ahead of time, or long term, you build a spreadsheet to understand what price points you want to sell at. Hopefully that works. What's the word with Lunic? So Lunic is increasing right now. It's up by 8.6% at the current moment. And, being up that much, 8.4%, has come down a little bit more, 8.46% currently. I think there's multiple things that people are interested in here, which is like Do Kwon's release and how that's going to affect Terra Luna Classic, as well as the USTC potential support for Binance burning USTC just like they do Terra Luna Classic. So I don't really know what the long-term effect will be, but currently we're up 8.5% and I'm happy with it. I want to see it up a lot more, but I am happy with the fact that we are seeing green. Bro, do you think Lunic will recover? Because this market is not looking good. So I think Lunic will recover. It just depends on when the market does overcome where it's at. So you're right. The market doesn't look good. The market looks kind of everything's that has a piss poor performance. But I do believe that the market will turn around. I just don't know when. My timeline that I have that I want to see is the end of this year. So more towards the fourth quarter. November, December is where it starts. And then as you see January, February, March, and all of those, the new quarters, the new year, we see that start to really take off as well. And it depends how big the impact is, because if the impact is huge at the end of the year, we'll see a little bit of a retracement at the beginning of the year. But then we'll see it start to take off more towards the end of the first quarter to into the second quarter, where you have the Bitcoin halving that's coming up. And every single day we're closer and closer, right? So it's annoying to see the markets not be as positive as they can be, but I do believe Terra Luna Classic is going to have some success here. That's just my opinion. Again, I'm not trying to have anybody just buy everything that I own. I want people to make the decision for themselves. Anytime I talk to anyone, I'm always like, I don't want to hear the same statement, that, hey, I bought Terra Luna Classic because of you. I bought Shiba Inu because of you. Even though you gained something out of it, if you're like, I gained $40,000 because of you and I bought it because of you, I don't want to hear that, right? I'm happy for your gain. I'm so happy for your gain. But what I want to hear is that you opened my eyes to Terra Luna Classic and I saw an opportunity and I took it. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that you are taking the bull by the horns, that you are investing into this play because of something you believe in, not because of something I believe in. Like, everybody has their own thought process. Everybody has their own selling strategy, and we are not the same person. So I want to hear it from you guys that you are making that decision based on what you see in it. It does, it feels a little bit weird, and you'll kind of see it on my face as you tell me in person. Hey, I bought Terra Luna Classic because of you, or I bought Shiba Inu because of you. And I'm like, okay, thanks. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you, taking any type of opinions and, kind of, I guess, forming advice from them, but it's not supposed to be that, does that make sense? Like, I don't ever want to be rude, so I'm not going to be rude. And I don't want to sit here and say that, it would be a rude outcome anyways, but I just want you guys to learn, right? Knowledge is power. Everybody knows this. The more you know, right? Don't they have that little thing? The more you know. Anyways, the more you know, the better you are. And if you can figure out why you're investing into a project, it means so much more to me than you telling me that, I bought something because of you. If you make money because of what I did, that's fantastic. But I'm more interested in, like, why you bought it, why you decided to sell, and the reason why you made money was because you took that profit. I'm not going to debate the issue with you because I know you're a longtime master debater, but I do not think Lunic will get past $20 per coin. But I do not think Lunic will get past $20 per coin. Honestly, I didn't say I think that either. I know there's a lot of people that will say it gets back to all-time highs. Can it get back to all-time highs? And I've even discussed the topic. But there is a potential chance, a small chance that happens. But honestly, with everything that has happened, and even if we do get back to a repeg state, I don't believe we'll be back to the same levels supply-wise that we were before. So I think that we will see, maybe a level of that $1, $2, $5. But the point is that we have to be higher, way higher than that level of $1 if we're going to see the repeg and the algorithm in place, because the algorithm will not work without Lunic being more valuable than USTC, right? And then we will have to use a lot of the reserve in order to support USTC. And we don't want that. We want to have that as a backup just in case something does happen to Terra Luna Classic where they attack USTC and Terra Luna Classic now has to mint coins. If it gets to that point to where it repegs too far and it looks like it might not be wise for Terra Luna Classic to mint anything else, well, that means that the minting gets shut off, and then you have the reserve that's built in order to push USTC back up, and then you have a certain feature, and I don't know what that feature will be, to add to that reserve from Terra Luna Classic. Maybe they decide to mint over time, and they'll mint little by little in order to create a more of a reserve for USTC and kind of plenish that reserve in the end, replenish it. So that's where my head is. And I don't believe that, $20 or $30 or $50 will really be the case. Maybe $10. Maybe it might get close to that level of $20, but it has to be significantly more valuable than USTC in order to see this all play out the right way. It has to be. Looks like stocks are trying to bounce back from yesterday's sell-off. Is it? Oh yeah, we are seeing some green in the S&P 500. The Dow is still red today. The Nasdaq is 0.5%. But if we look at some stocks, let's see some things that I'm looking at. So Apple, FedEx saw an increase yesterday and is still sitting on that increase. Tesla is slightly down. Funko is slightly up. AMC down about 1%. That has been taking a hit lately, especially after seeing a pretty decent sized gain. So yeah. Anyone still holding Augie Inu? I don't think I've ever held Augie Inu. Does Station have a buy button yet? I need to re-up on Lunac. No, they don't. It's still a process. It's still something that's being worked on and tested and all of that. Looks like stocks are. I read that. If Lunac gets to $1, I will thank Matt and buy him a small coffee at Dunkin'. Well, I'll throw it right in the trash because I don't drink coffee. But no, I won't throw it in the trash. What I would do is probably give it to somebody that does drink coffee. Erica drinks coffee. I don't drink coffee. It's all of this energy that you see here is all just my morning energy. I'm a morning person, if you don't know. Erica's always like, "You're not a morning person. You let your alarm go off like 5 times." And I'm like, "That's just because uh, I I like the sound of my alarm." No, I I like being awake in the morning, but I have to wake up first. So I'm I don't want to wake up super early, but I feel lazy if I don't. You know? One of those people that's like, if I start my day off where I'm in the bed until 8 o'clock, that's either I had a long night or um now I'm just starting off with a horrible day. Right? If I know I had a long night, then I'm gonna be in the bed until like 8 o'clock, maybe, but I don't know. I like being productive. I have to. I don't even care if I get the least amount of views in the on every video. I have to be productive. I have to do things. I play video games in the morning because I'm tired when I get home from work. I hear you. I hear you. All right. So I pretty much have to get off of here because I need to go check the lawn to see if it's wet because I have to mow the lawn. And if it is wet, then I'm going to start recording my videos for today and getting into a rhythm here. But I appreciate everybody being here and chatting with me about multiple things, about life, about credit cards, about cryptocurrency. Again, if you guys want to follow my credit card channel, feel free to follow it. We are currently at 82 subscribers, so thank you to everybody that has subscribed. The link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Get me to 100 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go over here, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt. You'll see the videos that I am posting during the day, and it's a lot of stuff that can help people. If you need some advice here, I can definitely give advice about credit cards. I don't really give advice about stocks. I want you guys to make your own decision. I open the door. You guys make your own decision. But for credit cards, I can give out advice because it's not something it is financially driven, but it's also something that can help you in the end remain debt free if you use them the right way. So I think the next one of the next videos will definitely be the dangers of credit cards. I have so many different topics. Pros and cons. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on this channel and on this channel. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.